So my name is Wade McCallum, CEO of Ogma, and I've spent the last 25 years helping really align technology, innovation solutions, and helping business really improve the way that they go to market. Not only go to market, but also improve their overall performance. So excited to have the opportunity to speak with you today. So today's topic is talking about thinking maybe stepping aside from all the exciting buzz that's happening in the market right now. And having a practical look at AI for businesses, specifically around the use of data analytics. So pretty important topic right now. We're going to have, I think we have, 15 minutes. In the 15 minutes, we're going to have a look at why we need to step away from the buzz. We're going to also give you some innovation solutions that you can take back to your business to improve your data analytic process. And we're going to tie it all together with a really compelling use case. So for the folks who know me, they're going to say, Wade, how are you going to do that in 15 minutes? Because you can't say hello in 15 minutes. So I guess the challenge is on. And I just realized I don't have a magic flicker. Perfect. So the first thing we need to do is address the elephant in the room, or maybe the elephant in the conference, maybe the elephant in our industry in general. And that is the recent buzz around generative AI, natural language applications such as, of course, ChatGPT, Ask AI, DALL-E. These guys are doing some really, really amazing things and exciting. So I've got to ask, how many people here have not used one of these solutions? We have one person out of the whole group. So I really highly recommend you check it out. That's really good. But this is a data analytics chat. All right, so we want to understand, who are using these type of applications to do any form of deep data analysis that you're using for any business insight. Again, I'm not surprised. And there's a few reasons I'm not surprised. First of all, these applications weren't really designed for that. And they're not really ready for that today. They don't have the governance that we need. They don't have the security policies. They're just not ready to put private information into the public cloud. I'm going to take a quick drink. The best example that we have of that happened just a few weeks ago when a company put some private data up into ChatGPT and made it all of a sudden publicly available. Now, that particular situation, the guy was not, or girl, was not trying to do anything malicious. They were just trying to improve the performance of their job. But the reality is, private data went into the public cloud and it made it publicly available. And if that data was sensitive, that could have real repercussions to the business. So we need to think about how we move beyond those type of things, right? So today, businesses can't use these technologies, but that doesn't mean that we can't think about using AI for business analytics. And that's really important because businesses are asking to pull deep insight from their business that they can use to advance their business and their decision making. In a recent poll that just came out, they looked at global businesses that have a footprint or an enterprise footprint, and they suggest that they're looking to have AI improve their overall performance in their business by the result of having better decision-making process. And they're looking for AI to do that. Well, at Ogma, we're seeing something very, very similar. Customers are coming to us and they're asking for a few different things. They're asking for specifically quickly being able to access their insights from their data that are transparent and are easy to understand. So that insight can be used to take and have decisions made at the departmental level. So that's some of the things that we're seeing. So I have a question here. How many people here have been involved with an AI data analytics project that has seen positive results, either increase the profitability of the organization or maybe reduce the overall cost of the organization? Anybody been? All right. We've got a few people. Well, that's really exciting. But according to a study by IBM, 54% of the businesses who have adopted an AI strategy and deployed it are seeing significant returns. They're seeing an increase in their efficiency, which is driving operational costs out of their business. So altogether, we've got a pretty compelling reason. We've talked about businesses needing the insights and wanting to drive performance in their business as a result of improved decision making. But the reality it is, some companies just aren't doing that yet. All right? And why aren't they doing that? Well, quite frankly, the same as any type of corporate project that you take on, there's lots of things to consider. Whether that is understanding the overall cost benefit, whether that is the impact on employees, and specifically for AI, whether there's a ethical consideration that you need to take into account for. So these things can be very overwhelming, and what it's doing is it's causing a lot of companies to pump the brakes and ask the age-old question, can I afford to do this? Well, the reality is, the answer to that is they cannot afford not to do this. Companies need to invest in having a more advanced AI analytics strategy because the companies that have made the investment, like we already seen, they're starting to see some really positive and really strong returns. And those returns are creating a competitive advantage for them in the market. So anybody who is not thinking about an AI strategy, they need to get on board fairly quickly. But I suspect there's going to be a lot of folks in this room that are going to be tasked with helping their organization deliver that strategy. But one of the things is a typical problem that we see and the technology that we have available to us is the traditional algorithm. And the traditional algorithm, although powerful, it's really only understandable by data science people. So the business people that work at the department level, they can't take a typical output from a algorithm and understand it. It doesn't mean anything to them. So as a result, companies have to spend additional time and money to extract the insights that they need to be able to have that decision-making level. It's a real problem. And it's one of the reasons we talked about pumping the brakes. It's another reason companies do that. It's an extended cost. At Ogma, we are seeing I would say probably 90% of our time, if not 100% of our time, is really focused on helping organizations take the next layer to their analytics stack. Helping move beyond just the patterns, the math-based patterns, and helping them provide some real insight into that data. And the way that we do that is we provide a business rules approach. And the business rules approach combines with the traditional patterns that we see, and those patterns combine with basically business logic or business context that allows us to extract not only deep insight, but those insights are transparent. They're really easy to understand. So somebody at a sales level or in the HR department can use that insight as a decision-making tool. And of course, the next best thing about that is companies now can leverage that data and use that insight and have it available pretty much readily. And you don't need to have a huge data science team to do that. So how does that all come together? Well, we were really fortunate to be able to help an organization. Oh, I'm missing a slide here, I think. Oh, no, it isn't. It popped up. So we were really fortunate to help an organization that came to us with a really significant problem. They seen an increase in injury rates amongst their warehouse workers. So this particular company, they had 5,000 employees that were working in their warehouse. They are super conscious and focused about employee safety and worker safety, so they wanted to solve this very, very quickly. The problem was they didn't have any insight to why there was a problem that was causing the increase in incident rates. So they've asked us to help. So the results were really compelling. Once we ran their data set through the Ogma tool, we were able to uncover over 50 different segments that identified where workers were additional high risk of having an injury. So what do you do with that? Well, that is really important because you'll see an example here. This is just one segment that we used. And that one segment extracted some really important information. We were able to identify that workers who were either forklift operators, material handlers, or stock takers that were working extended overtime periods and getting ready for the Christmas rush were at a significantly increased risk of having an accident at work. So because we were able to pull and extract that type of insight, the business was able to quickly make changes to their policies. They were able to add additional employees during that season, and they changed their overtime policies. As a result, they've seen almost immediate impact to their business. Not only did the worker segment identified here drop, the incidence rate drop, but the accident rate across the whole organization dropped by 14%. So that is a really compelling reason why that shows the power of combining the rules-based engine approach to business problems. Now, exciting because we were able to obviously help reduce the incident rate and the injury rate among the workers. But the company came to us and said, using your approach, you were able to help us solve this problem up to 10 times faster than we normally would. So that's pretty exciting for us. We were able to help the workers, and we were able to help the business improve their decision-making overall. What we've also uncovered with the Ogma tool is these insights can be used pretty much across any use case in an organization. The reason is they have business context. Their foundation is business logic, right? So it's easy now for these insights to be used at a departmental level. Again, they're easy to understand. They're transparent, and they're actionable. And that's, if you think back a few slides, that's what companies are asking for. They're looking for that layer of detail from their analytics. But not only is it lots of use cases, it really is industry agnostic, which is really exciting, of course. You can see a few examples here across different industries where the rules-based engine approach was able to help businesses improve their decision-making and drive cross profitability and production across their industries. Now, there are all kinds of different examples that we can show, and again, use case agnostic. So hopefully, we're coming up to our time here pretty quick, and I know we covered quite a bit, but I would like to introduce the team here as well, because I want them to be involved. They're actually working every day, working with customers to kind of help solve this problem, and their insight to your answers and questions and is going to be really compelling. So believe it or not, I think I am actually almost a full minute ahead of time, which is unusual. I want to thank you guys for taking your time, but we're going to pull up Raphael, and we're going to open the floor.
All right. Thank you, Wade. Any questions?
Questions, guys?
Oh, no, I guess, what? One back there.
Thanks for this very interesting talk. I'm wondering at this point, what are some of the offerings that you have in terms of, do you sell the software? Do you sell ports? How does it work if we wanted to acquire that?
Oh, that's a great question. So what we are is we're a SaaS-based offering predominantly. So you can acquire a Ogma license, use Ogma to advance your analytics stack. But because we're seeing such a demand in the market right now, we also have a services offering to kind of deliver a full end package as well. But predominantly, most of our customers are coming to us looking to use our SaaS-based application and pull the insights and the data themselves. Great question, thank you.
Anyone else, any more questions? Okay, I guess that's it. Thank you, Wade. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Great job.